What's up, B2? Capital G here. Got a couple of really cool duels for you guys to check out. And this is going to feature a very, very old archetype from the GX era that I think only has like 3 cards in the entire archetype. And it's going to go toe-to-toe with one of, in my opinion, the powerhouses from the Vrains era, especially in this format. Although some people might agree that powerhouse archetype is Magical Musketeers. And the deck that I am talking about, the archetype that we are going to see in this video a couple of times, is Yubel. And yeah, I think Yubel is just, isn't it just Yubel and then like the 2 other big Yubel cards that look kind of, you know, crazy and whatnot. I don't think Yubel actually has any like other cards. I could be completely wrong. Maybe there's some other monsters. Now this is a more modernized version of Yubel. He runs Mystic Tomato to summon the Yubel easily out of the deck, and then he does run some Metaphors cards in here as well. The Metaphors cards are in there so that you can pop your Yubel. If your opponent doesn't want to attack your Yubel, basically you can just pop it yourself. You can get like Metaphors Fusion. Hopefully that can get into the graveyard, and he's also running a whole bunch of just other Metaphors cards. So let's go ahead and run this. And by the way, actually before I do, this is going to trigger some people. I don't want anybody to get offended by this, but I am really starting to believe, I talked about this on my Thursday live stream, I'm starting to believe that it is not Magical Musketeers. I know a lot of people don't think that archetype is good. I don't think it's the deck. I think it's the fucking players. I think most people who play this archetype are terrible. Maybe not terrible in general, but terrible at Musketeers. Like, there's no way you should be opening this good and this deck consistently and then like throwing the game away. Like, I look at you Musketeer players, I'm like, you guys fucking are garbage, and you're making me look bad by proxy because I think Musketeers are good. But yeah, I don't think that it's Magical Musketeers' fault. I honestly think it's the players who just don't know how to play the deck. So you guys will see what I mean, by the way, too. So he opens up with Shooter Casper, I believe that is. He gets Ties of the Brethren, so he already is plus, he's already plus a bunch. So let's see, you start with 5 cards, he's plus 2. Not only did he get a search, but he did get his, it's not like exactly a Dark Bribe because your opponent does not get the draw, but this is a very good opening in my opinion. To have 2 Magical Musketeers, excuse me, 3 on the field and get a search, like that's pretty damn good. Usually at this point, if your field doesn't get broken, you are not supposed to lose. You're not supposed to lose the duel with Musketeers. So he uses his negate on Savage Coliseum, which I kind of question that, but whatever. Savage Coliseum is a card that does actually work really well with Yubel because it forces all your opponent's monsters to attack, and if those monsters don't attack, they die, and the concept is to get them to attack your higher Yubel cards in which they'll take the battle damage. So it's fine. Not only does he negate that, but he also gets a plus. Okay, he's pretty good. Terraforming is going to get him another plus because that was activated in the wrong column. And then he's going to go ahead and he's going to pop the second copy of Savage Coliseum and get another plus. Now at this point, stop. He should win the duel. At this point, you have 3 monsters on board. You have 5 cards in the hand, drawing to 6. You are not supposed to lose this duel. This is why I see way too many Musketeer players lose these duels, and that's why I just say, you fucking Musketeer players, get good. It's not the deck's fault, it's you guys' fault. Let's go on and continue now and rant. No more ranting about Musketeers and how terrible their players are. So he goes for Instant Fusion, gets Theseus, gets another plus, and I think he's going to go into Omega. Perfectly fine. Yubel's going to come out because he did attack Tomato. He attacks into Yubel. He's going to cut her down the side. She is going to take some battle damage, but she is going to trigger. And then Incarnate comes out. He blows up Incarnate, which was questionable at best because now he just gets a bigger version, a much more scarier version. So like that was honestly a waste. And he maxes, which was just another waste because he's only getting a draw 1. Like he's only getting a 1 card. Like he's not getting any advantage out of max. He's just drawing 1 card. So this is why I say the Magical Musketeer players are honestly terrible. Like this is you're mismanaging your resources. So he now attacks with Omega into it, which was even stupider because he just didn't read the card. Now let's go ahead and read it because you can honestly read like the second sentence of this card and it would tell you why not to attack it. This card cannot be destroyed in battle. It's literally, well, no, it's the 3rd sentence on the card. And the thing is, anybody who knows about the Yubel cards, it's not just that it can't be destroyed in battle. Your opponent takes the battle damage and you get to blow up their monster that was stupid enough to attack it. So not only does he lose the Omega, he takes 2,800 for just no reason because he just didn't want to read the cards like first real effect. So he's going to go for Tomato. I think he's trying to summon another Yubel. Now he is going to go ahead and this time he's going to cut it down to size, but this is something I didn't know. Apparently she can activate in the graveyard. I'm not going to lie. I didn't know that. I mean, I actually didn't know that. He gets rid of the Tomato, and you think with all that advantage, he should be able to win. But Magical Musketeer, the monsters don't really do that much damage, so he doesn't even do 3,000 damage there. He's going to go for Debris Dragon, which I thought maybe he was going to go for like a play. Maybe I couldn't actually know what play he was going for because he grabbed Yubel, but he just goes into a Code Talker and he attacks, and his opponent's down to a mere 200 life points. And once again, he can't finish him off. He has him down at 300 life points, and he top decks yet another copy of Debris Dragon. He gets Yubel out again, and he goes for that same Code Talker play. This time, it is actually linked up with his opponent's Magical Musketeer. He attacks it, and he wins. So the next Zodiac guys apparently can't even beat. It can't even beat fucking Yubel from GX, which is like, it's like a fucking, you know, 11-year-old deck or something like that. But I don't know. I think the Musketeer player honestly just played terrible. I think he had no idea what the Yubel cards did. Second duel, this one's against Trickstar. I was rooting for Trickstar in this video because Trickstar is like my adopted deck right now. It's the deck that I'm fucking with right now. I've come to the conclusion Lunalights are not going to get that Link monster, so Lunalights won't be like super competitive. So I'm pretty much rocking with Trickstar. So he opens up pretty good, opens with Light Stage. He has 2 copies of Lycoris, and he's gonna, if nothing else, at least be able to do a good amount of burn damage. If he had Reincarnation set, like this would have been real. Like seriously, you could just flip over Reincarnation, do tons of burn damage, because as soon as your opponent uses Street Patrol, that's when you want to use Reincarnation. Now, using Darkworld Dealings against a field of 2 Lycoris, I don't know about that, fam. You're taking a lot of burn damage right there. Yeah, he's taking a lot of burn damage. Has already taken 1,600. He does get that copy of Metaphors Fusion on the field, but he gets his bigger Terror Incarnate, and this is where Savage Coliseum comes in. He's going to attack. He gains 300 light points because of Savage Coliseum, and then Savage Coliseum actually kicks in, and it blows up the 2 copies of Lycoris, so it's not bad. He got rid of 2 monsters, and he gained life points. Gaining life points is obviously good against Trickstar. I think he's going to go Light Stage. He gets a copy of Lilybell, which he probably will special summon, and then he's going to lock down that back row before he summons Candina. He is going to search Reincarnation finally. Lycoris is, or excuse me, Lilybell is going to attack, and then he gets Lycoris from his hand. I think he's going to special summon it by adding, I think he's going to special summon it by bouncing the, what's it called? By bouncing the Lilybell to his hand, and then he's going to summon, oh no, okay, I thought he's going to summon Lilybell back, but nope, does not do that. I think that's in maybe the next turn. He does end up letting the Metaphors Fusion go to the graveyard, which is fine because that's where he wanted it anyways. He gets to just draw a card, so that actually ended up helping him. And I believe he's going to go Debris Dragon, gets Yubel, and could we see a Code Talker? Nope, he's going to pop his Incarnate, and that gets him out the Terror Incarnate. I think that's what it's called, right? The Ultimate Incarnate. Yeah, that's the 3rd version. Now, he uses Reincarnation, but he doesn't get a lot of value out of it because his opponent didn't have that many cards in his hand. So he doesn't really get, like, he doesn't get the maximum effect. And it started out so well for him, but Trickstars are kind of they're backed into a corner, but I do think that this deck has a lot of comeback. So he's going to go ahead, he's going to use Galaxy Cyclone on that Savage Coliseum because that card is, like, hella annoying. Summons Lilybell. He's going to attack directly, gets a little more damage in because of the field spell. He uses Lycoris to bounce Lilybell. Then he's going to special Lilybell again. I did not know about that play. That play is really good, by the way. It just gets you like a free 1,000 damage, and then he gets another copy of Lycoris, which he is going to bounce in addition to that, and now he's going to go double Honest, and I believe that ends the duel. Even if it didn't end the duel, his opponent probably would have lost during the draw phase because he would have been taking even more burn damage when he went to the draw phase, because obviously he did have 2 copies of Lycoris. So what did we learn in this short video? We learned that I guess Trickstar greater than Yubel greater than Magical Musketeers. So all you Magical Musketeers players out there, I guess get good, get better than you know, a 11-year-old deck. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, obviously I'm just messing around. I think, yeah, you guys will see my Yu-Gi-Oh hierarchy before this. I have Magical Musketeers rated as the 2nd best deck of next format, and it's disheartening to see when players just like mismanage their resources and they lose to like Yubel Turbo 2017. But whatever. You guys, if you enjoyed the video, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, let me know what you thought in the comment section below, and subscribe if you have not already. Also, turn on those notifications for daily videos. This video has been brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at audible.com/MegaCapitalG. Over 180,000 audiobooks to download. And if you get rid of your free trial, you still keep the book. I'm listening to Super Sales on Superheroes by William D. Aaron. Link in the description.